from this military strike on Qatar, there has been another tragedy that has struck Nepal because of the ongoing unrest that has played out in the last 48 hours. There is Rabi Laxmi Chitrakar. She was the wife of the former Prime Minister of Nepal, Jhalanath Khanal, who has died from critical burn injuries after their home in Dallu in Nepal was set on fire. She was rushed to Kirtipur, and officials have confirmed that she succumbed to her injuries. Colonel Sanjeev Sirohi, I do want to understand from you the situation that is clearly very tense, and while the entire nation is on the boil, we also see visuals coming in of celebrations of these youth, this Gen Z revolution as they call, revolutionaries as they call themselves, as celebrating on the streets, even as there are buildings and properties that have been set on fire. Of course, they at this point of time consider this as their victory after the stepping down of the Prime Minister KP Oli. How are things going to pan out for the country?
Megha, this is absolutely very sad day for Nepal, that the people are celebrating by destroying the public property. And in fact, they have set the house on fire where the wife of former Prime Minister has come to the injury, burn injury. It is very, very sad day. When they started off very peacefully. That should have been the correct procedure. But what they have done is absolutely incorrect. They wanted that the social media ban which was put should be lifted. That was lifted. Prime Minister Oli has resigned. So I don't think now they have got any other reason to do all those things what they are doing. It is not neither in their interest nor in the interest of the country. So I think at this moment, the army should take over and ensure that there is a proper law and order in the country and no citizen is harmed. And they are thrashing the finance minister, things that is absolutely incorrect. And why they are doing it, I think now, because when this protest was started, it was totally peaceful. But when the police and the army, they started firing on them, that was the turning point in this total protest. And then a lot of things started happening. But now I feel that it is not only the students who are doing all this, there are external factors to it, because if you see, whenever any protest takes place, there are anti-social elements, they come into it and they make it more violent. And that is the reason you see, we have seen in Bangladesh, we have seen in Sri Lanka, lately we have seen in Indonesia. So these are the anti-social elements, and this has to be found out that who are these people and who is backing them up. In Bangladesh, it was absolutely clear that the CIA was behind it. Deep State was behind it. And I am sure after some time when a lot of investigation take place and there is a clarity and there is a transparency, we will know that this protest initially was by the students as in Bangladesh, but later on taken over by other elements which are anti-government, which are anti-nationals. Megha.
Sanjeev Sirohi, more disturbing piece of information coming in. Now the protesters have stormed the Dhangadi jail and Nakhu jail. Now hundreds of inmates have reportedly fled from this jail. Nepal's former Deputy Prime Minister and Rashtriya Swatantra Party chairperson has been freed from the jail by these Gen Z protesters. We've seen, the airline that had taken KP Oli and other ministers reportedly out of Kathmandu and maybe even flown them out of the country was attacked. It was vandalized. It was set on fire. We are now getting to know that the prisons have been broken into and the prisoners have been removed from the prisons. How long do you think these protests are going to carry on, and what all could happen in the span of the next 24 hours?
Megha, if you recall that in last year, in August, in Bangladesh, same thing has happened. If you see, it is the same chronology which is taking place in Nepal. Protest started off, and after that it became violent protest. The Prime Minister had to leave the country. The army made sure that the Prime Minister leave the country. Army was seen nowhere. and later on all the jails were broken and all the terrorists and other anti-social elements who were undergoing imprisonment in the jails, they were all let free. Same thing is happening in Nepal. You see, I have seen these distinct videos. I have seen the parliament building being burned out, but not a single person, from security forces, either from the police or the army, you can see. So you can see that all these things are being pre-planned. Only the student's face is put in front. There are other people who are active, and
Right.
who these people are, they will come. We will come to know after some time. Mega.
Colonel Sir Roy, thank you very much for joining me on the telecast and sharing those inputs on NewsX World. Shifting our focus to France, where the French Prime Minister Francois